Joining me now is Astronomer's Chief Technology Officer, Julian Laneve. Welcome to the New York Stock Exchange.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
It's great to have you on NYSE TV Live. Now, I want to talk about this project specifically. So for our viewers who may not know, do a deep dive. Tell us what it is.
Yeah. I'll start with Astronomer. So we consider ourselves on a mission to deliver the world's data. Companies have gotten very good at collecting data, and they need to get it to the places that it needs to be in order to be consumed in the right way. We do this by taking this open source project called Airflow, and we manage it for our customers. So they write data pipelines and deploy them onto our platform. We're at a point now where we're running billions of pipelines on our platform, and those pipelines sometimes fail. And that's a very manual process today. Something fails, an engineer has to go look at the failure and understand what went wrong, how to fix it, and actually go apply that fix. With the scale that we're working at, anything we can do to help that problem really makes an impact. And so during Cohere's Hackathon, we actually used a combination of their product and ours to build an AI agent that'll sit there and wait for your pipeline to fail. It'll understand what went wrong, and it'll actually fix it for you.
Would you say that the failing pipelines are the biggest problem right now that we're seeing in AI?
I think it's one of the big ones, right? You need data consistently, you need it on time, you need these LLMs and AI applications to work and be up to date. Otherwise, it might give you bad answers, it might do what we call hallucinating. And so if your pipelines aren't working that power your generative AI applications, then your generative AI application is going to give you a bad answer, you're going to lose faith in it, and ultimately your adoption of the technology will be a failure. So definitely these pipeline failures are very critical to the process.
So what's next now that you've won? I mean, what are the next steps for Zephyr? How do you envision further development of this project?
Yeah, it's a good question. So we're fortunate that we were able to take a week to go prove that we can do this. And now it's execution time. We put it on our roadmap. We're building it into our product so that we take this past a week-long project where we prove that we can do it, and we actually go put it in the hands of our customers and let them get value out of it.
What would you say was the biggest challenge of being a part of this project? How did you overcome it?
Yeah, I think the changing landscape in generative AI is one of the big ones. When we sat down for the project, it's like new models were released last week. So we had to first go evaluate what was the right model for us to use, what was the right technology, and then ultimately make sure that we had the right data at hand. That's something that's also very critical in the process. Luckily, we're in the business of working with data, and so that part was a little bit easier for us, but definitely something that I think a lot of companies struggle with. And
Astronomer has some major clients, some big heavy hitter key players. I want to talk about some of them. So we have subsidiary FanDuel, Sweetgreen, and Condé Nast. I mean, these are big names. What parts of Astro product are you seeing right now in highest demand?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really everything, right? I think it goes from building a data platform. So how do you make sure that you're collecting and using data properly at scale? It's building machine learning models once you have the data, right? There are certain things that you can go do with it. And now it's generative AI, right? Everyone has a ton of pressure to go build generative AI products, both from customers, investors, but ultimately because there is real value in this technology. Now, companies like Cohere will go build these big foundational models for companies to use, but ultimately it's on the company itself to go put the right data in the system. So we're seeing a lot of adoption and trends in that direction.
And what are some of the biggest asks? What are companies wanting from you guys? Like, tell me what the biggest ask is right now in AI.
Yeah, honestly, it's advice. I think because the market changes so frequently, it's not like the technology itself is changing. We have companies like Cohere and OpenAI that are providing the foundation for the technology. It's really how you go take these foundational models and projects that they've built and go apply it to your domain-specific use case. And that involves building pipelines to go make sure that you have the data in the right place all the time, every time.
A lot of important notes right there. Thank you so much for joining me.
Of course, thank you.